outages be happening.
Yeah.
Jakal kind of thriving with back-to-back second-place finishes at the PS Weeklies, the Platinum Star Weeklies, only losing to Tweak, which, you know, I mean, it's Tweak.
So that's a pretty respectable loss. You know, some might, some YouTube commenters might disagree. I've had that experience in the past for sure, but with literally Tweak. But it's Tweak. We all know the drill. But yeah, now we actually know power outages this time around. And Sinji. So yeah, I'm on stream this time. I'm gonna go for the flashy stuff immediately. Tagging on about 53% untouched to Jakal already.
This is such a. Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Okay. No more power outages. No more power outages. I'm on stream, boy. I'm gonna get the clips.
Yeah, the light bulbs are all on, and we are thriving out here. That was actually pretty sick, not gonna lie.
Beautiful patient with the water right there to get that bait, pushing him right in for the forward air. The kind of clever plays that you're definitely going to see from one of the greatest Pac-Man players in the world. Up a full stock against one of NJ's finest early on. This is going to be a set.
It's funny how you can really consider, like, Wolf is arguably one of, if not Pac-Man's worst matchups just on paper. Yet because Pac-Man just has an array of awkward tools that you need to prepare to play around, any character can just fall at any percent because it's just Pac-Man. The Pac-Man effect. This man's got no bad matchups, or no hard counter matchups, I should specify.
But like the RTS game that he plays, not really. Like you could have like insanely like busted frame data, like crazy priority on so many of your moves, but how much of that matters if you can't get in? Like, but just narrowly mistiming the forward smash right there, not gonna get the punish, but yeah, Wolf, he's got those insanely beefy hitboxes. Up smash there. Yeah, man, it's just, those hitboxes, they're insane, but if you can't get in the first place, if you can't get around Pac-Man's game, and he's definitely the kind of character, ooh, it's that crazy Wolf flash gets the stock. Definitely the kind of character that forces you to play his game.
Water. This hydrant is making its money. It's saying, I don't want to be worth minimum wage here. You're going to pay me, you're going to give me that raise, because all of these water spouts that come into play, forcing, getting stocks for Sinji, forcing Jakal to miss-space some up smashes, and then finding the kill by pushing him off ledge. Like, this is just, it's the perfect time for that water to be spouting.
Yeah, it's definitely stuck under Pokemon Stadium 2. Not one of the places you want to be as a space animal for sure. Your angles are relatively limited in this game, so you got to make sure you're in that good spot to be able to ride up the wall and make it back. And unfortunately, Jakal just wasn't. But the beautiful jab block stuck in between the fire hydrant, not going to do it just yet. But this is definitely looking like Jakal's game to lose as he retakes the neutral right here. Jumps back in. Oh, mashes out like a plumber for the neutral air. Down but not out, Ubel.
Wolf always has the chance to bring this back. He can tack on damage so quickly, and Jakal's Wolf play is something that the word I like to use is efficient. Like, he's not necessarily the flashiest Wolf out there. He doesn't go for the crazy pressure strings that some other Wolves do with their auto-cancel back air and trying to pressure people in the corner, but he picks his spots so well, but at 155, it's hard to make a comeback, especially against Pac-Man. Having all of these tools in preparation, and the apple on deck was exactly what Sinji needed to take that game one.
Yeah, it's like I said earlier, Pac-Man's one of those characters that really forces you to play his neutral, and like any ounce of patience lost is not going to be... It's definitely just going to make that mountain ever so harder to climb. Sinji, of course, though, is also another one of those players who can just so quickly adapt to every weird situation that so many Pac-Man players don't have accounted for. I mean, Pac-Man is the kind of character where, like... He's the kind of character that plays in such an unorthodox way, has so many weird zoner trap tools about him that a lot of players don't really understand, and it's why, in part, that they struggle against him. But for Sinji, it's just another day in the office, which is why something like having the apple, like, get shot back at you with the water to grab and then instant jump kill with it is something that's not out of the ordinary for him at all.
Yeah, Sinji has been playing this character for a long time, and the freestyle trap game is his to own as he quickly inverts the percentage. Going from 30 to 90 is Jakal, and he's got to find his way back in, and it's certainly a rough spot to do so. He's not taking the time to pressure Sinji with the blaster and hold himself back a little bit. He's always trying to put on some amount of pressure with these falling nairs and falling fairs. And as good a space they are, it's hard to play around Pac-Man's really surprisingly good aerial drift on top of that phenomenal frame data.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter that the transcendence of that move of the Wolf Laser, the blaster, doesn't really matter as much when you got that hydrant to just plop down and hide behind, you know what I mean? Yeah, you can tack on damage onto it and potentially even, like, shoot out the hydrant with it, but that's gonna take a couple pot shots that Wolf's not gonna want to afford to take, lest that fruit in Pac-Man's hand just winds up being a bell or a key. It just gives him all the time in the world when you reset the neutral against Pac-Man, so it's the kind of thing where you want to play, like, just patient enough where you need to know when to fire your shots. But if you start doing it too much, you're going to see that against this character, it's not going to wind up being all too effective.
And here we are, where Jakal needs to thrive in this ledge play, and he does, finding the back air on the jump call out. Good stuff from Jakal to re-invert this lead yet again. Falling a little bit too short from the Wolf Flash, but hey, like, you're at 179, you're kind of expecting to fall soon, and that first stock did its work. Now you can start playing your game once again.
If he can, man. I mean, that's the thing. We could say that, but then, like, Hydrant just plops down again, and all of a sudden he has no choice but to start firing these lasers again to try to get it off. You can't run in that time. It doesn't matter how good Wolf's airspeed is or how, like, good, like, his priority is on a lot of his moves, how beefy his hitboxes are, especially that Nair, if we're talking about everything I just said. Pac-Man could just plop that thing down and sort of force you to play that RTS game once again. It's like you're playing top down. He puts that hydrant down. It's one of his units. You understand, Double? And Wolf just has no choice but to respect that sometimes coming in. Unless he can find some better way to split the defense.
Yeah, it's like a I don't know how to describe it. It's a unique situation that Wolf has to constantly play around. But Wolf is one of those characters with the tools to do so because his double jump is so good. And the preparation on the roll, yet again, is very strong for Jakal. He's 2 for 2 on finding kills out off of ledge traps. Can he make it 3 for 3, or does he even want to? I mean, now you see Jakal with a lead, and that's where Wolf can start really taking over a game.
Even Pac-Man with bell in hand. You can't play too scared when you're the one up a stock. A little more defensive, maybe. Like, try to force the Pac-Man to be the one to approach, which is not exactly where the character shines, despite having that amazing auto-canceling forward air. But at the end of the day, you are the one with a lead, so you are the one to get insurance on this stock. With Pac-Man, it's usually the other way around that you have to force your way to split that defense. But a stock lead, doesn't matter how good that defensive game is. A stock lead is a stock lead, my friends. And, ooh, it's looking like he's trying to turn this into a set lead with these combos.
Yeah, I love how Jakal has been involving more and more a transitional strings into his combo game. Instead of just going for fair, and maybe then like on some sort of nair afterwards, he's been transitioning forward air into up air, which is very devastating on a stage like PS2 that has these platforms for potential resets or even kills at higher percent. And speaking of resets, Sinji was going for something fancy with the jab on the platform, but the plat drop was not quite scouted out, man. We're back at neutral, though 41% richer is Sinji.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a 41% combo right there. That's pretty big for a combo in Super Smash Bros., ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of percent to tack on, especially on your last stock right here. One bad slip-up right here, and it could definitely spell the end for Jakal's second game right here. Parrying the forward smash, completely ready for that, trying to keep that wall going with the hydrant, getting the hitbox off. Nothing doing. Jakal narrowly able to avoid it. And the ledge trap situation is here once again. Where's the back air? Oh, no, waits for the forward tilt instead, and Sinji's able to get back up. Oh, man, this is scary.
He has no jump.
Jab. Oh, he's dead. Oh, no. And that's it. A swift 2-0. But I thought this was top 8. I'm a little confused. Isn't this, are we all best of 5 now?
No, it's best of 3.
Wow. Look at Pac-Man just holding that thumb up. He says, get out of here, bro. Right back down to the loser's bracket. Definitely a W that Sinji has wanted to take with Jakal coming in through to this bracket. And good on him for doing so. Winners finals, I believe, for Sinji.
Yeah.